Hi there, my name is Annalisa Sanchez, and the advocacy leader that I chose to interview is Ricarda DeAnda. Ricarda is a program manager at Arizona Youth Partnership and also a member of the Young Adult Development Association in Havasu, also known as YADA. She's worked in substance use prevention and youth leadership for about 8 years. Her journey began with a desire to work in substance abuse recovery, but evolved into a passion for empowering youth and fostering safe, supportive environments for their personal growth and development. Ricarda's roles and responsibilities include fostering safe spaces for youth to thrive, maintaining balance between guiding youth and allowing them to lead, developing and implementing youth-focused prevention and advocacy programs such as Hobbies Not Habits, conducting debriefs and gathering youth feedback to assess the effectiveness of programs and initiatives, and she also works in partnership with schools, courts, and organizations to bridge gaps and enhance accessibility, all in support of positive youth development. By the way, Hobbies Not Habits is an event hosted by YADA that aims to promote protective factors and reduce risk factors amongst youth by offering really fun, engaging, healthy hobbies and positive alternatives. This is an up-to-date flyer, and I encourage anyone in the area to please attend. It's a really fun event. According to the Characteristics of Effective Advocates resource, Ricarda's advocacy style is characterized by her credibility, passion, and active listening skills. I'd also like to emphasize that she demonstrates a number of other strengths as an advocate, making her a truly inspiring example for others. She adapts her approach based on the needs and backgrounds of those that she's working with, and I quote, "You have to know your audience. What works for one audience might not work for another. It might not be what they need, and I think that over time, you develop the sense of recognizing that and what they may need." For Ricarda, advocacy is not just a job, but truly sacred work. She views advocacy as a deeply meaningful responsibility, emphasizing, and I quote, "It's not something to take lightly, right? Sometimes it can be. Most of the time it's about transforming, healing even." She emphasizes building strong, trust-based relationships as the starting point for any advocacy work. She describes her style as rooted in collaboration, working alongside youth, families, and partners rather than directing them from above. She stresses, it would be relational and collaborative for sure across the board. It's always rooted in love. She is mindful of cultural diversity and always considers whether her approaches are appropriate and resonate with the backgrounds of the people that she serves. And I quote, "All the time you're having to think is this a culturally appropriate? How does this resonate with this family?" Her style involves knowing when to step back and let youth or community members take the lead, fostering confidence and independence. And I quote, "Sometimes the most transformative thing happens when you step back and, let them take the lead." I really appreciate these insights, and I will definitely apply them to my effort in advocating for youth organizing and leadership. Ricarda uses several different types of data to guide and improve her youth programs and initiatives, such as pre- and post-program data to see how much participants are understanding or whether their attitudes have changed, external surveys like the Arizona Youth Survey to get a big picture view of trends amongst the youth, and also feedback from the youth gathered during debriefs after events. She also facilitates interactive activities like a sticky note activity to assess what youth already know and identify knowledge gaps right from the beginning. By integrating these data sources, she's able to adjust her approach in real time and advocate for programs and strategies that genuinely prioritize youth voices and leadership. Ricarda fosters meaningful learning experiences by creating supportive environments for youth to feel empowered to express themselves, develop as leaders, and take initiative. Rather than giving a step-by-step approach, she encourages youth to take the lead in planning events, which helps them build confidence and teamwork skills and develop autonomy. After each program, she reflects with the youth to discuss what worked and what didn't, strengthening their critical thinking skills and adaptability. And she also provides hands-on training in strategic prevention framework, teaching youth how to assess local needs, build capacity, plan projects, implement effective strategies, and evaluate the outcomes. By supporting youth-led campaigns and advisory boards, she also ensures that young people have a genuine voice in shaping the projects and advocacy efforts. Above all, she models authentic relational leadership, demonstrating the importance of realness, collaboration, and adaptability in every aspect of her work. In doing so, Ricarda goes beyond teaching skills. She really inspires and equips the next generation of advocates to make a meaningful impact in their communities. To assess and evaluate outcomes, she uses a combination of methods. For youth programs, she relies primarily on feedback and debriefing after events or activities. For adult coalition work, she uses formal tools like the Coalition Effectiveness Survey. For grants and program evaluations, she provides reports and data to external evaluators who conduct more in-depth analysis. So overall, her approach emphasizes both immediate feedback through discussion and also structured data collection for a broader impact assessment. My advocacy plan directly aligns with AZYP and YADA's mission to empower youth and strengthen families through education, prevention, and leadership development. Both YADA and AZYP emphasize building skills, fostering positive youth engagement, and creating supportive communities. By developing resources that encourage youth leadership and organizing, my plan reflects their shared commitment to youth empowerment, collaboration, and community-driven change. I plan to create a dedicated website that provides essential resources such as toolkits, informative videos and worksheets, and even networking opportunities to support youth in developing their advocacy and leadership abilities. I hope this online platform will serve as a central hub for young people to access skill-building materials, connect with mentors, and even engage with local initiatives, further advancing the missions of AZYP and YADA to promote healthy and resilient youth and families. Ricarda, leading with heart, she advocates for others by creating supportive, empowering spaces for youth to feel seen and heard. She also balances mentorship with uplifting youth voices, fosters ownership through hands-on programs, and tailors her approach to meet the unique needs of her audience. Through authentic relationships, cultural sensitivity, and collaboration across systems, Ricarda builds trust and addresses resource gaps. She sees advocacy as sacred work, leading with humility and love, and inspires youth and families to find their own voices and become advocates themselves. Honestly, I got teary-eyed when she referred to advocacy as sacred work because I feel the same, and it is incredibly powerful. She has shared so many profound insights throughout this interview about advocacy leadership that I found especially meaningful. She talks about how lasting change is rooted in building genuine relationships and how advocacy is most powerful when grounded in authenticity, humility, and love. She explained that transformation happens when we trust youth to take the lead, which gives them the space to build confidence and ownership of their own journeys. Ricarda also described the ripple effect that advocates can create by supporting, inspiring, and providing accessible resources, and I quote, "By advocating for them, it sparked the advocacy in them." Most of all, I appreciated how she centers the voices of young people with lived experience, illustrating how empowering youth to share their stories can drive meaningful and lasting change within their communities. I am deeply grateful for this opportunity to connect and learn from such an inspiring leader and role model in advocacy. Ricarda's wisdom has ultimately expanded my understanding and encouraged me to lead with greater authenticity, empathy, and purpose. I'm committed to carrying these lessons forward as I continue striving to uplift and empower young people through my advocacy efforts. Here is a rather short list of references that I have compiled. Thank you so much for attending my presentation, and I really look forward to your feedback. I hope you have a wonderful weekend.